Okay.
Does that have sound on it?
Yeah, supposedly. Oh, they're going to do one? No. Good. Let's get with
Before we begin this morning, those of you hopefully will have the sun peering down more and more as we stand here. But if you'd like to, you can move on down and be able to stand in the sun. So if you all want to move, some that are in the shade that would like to try and get in the sun, you're welcome to move on down. We'll start in just a few minutes.
Where are you going?
I'm sorry, they told me they have
you're
one
already
more
in the
song
sun.
to do, so fellas, it's all yours.
Hey, bud. How's it going?
Good, yourself?
All right. Doing my dual role here. Yeah, Channel 7. I was hoping that was the beginning, but it's not. They're going to play another song.
St. Genevieve group.
I think so.
Robert, this is my wife, Jamie. I
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Channel 7. This is Robert.
Tish is around here or something.
Yeah, I think I saw her.
Oh, okay. There she is.
Yeah, up there.
So how are things? How are things? Isn't it? Have you been inside yet? Oh, it's really nice. Oh, I guess we're on tape. It probably is. I don't know. Okay, Frank.
Nice hand for the Dixieland Express. Good morning, everybody, and we welcome you to a special day in the long and storied history of St. Genevieve County. My name is Frank Kirchmer. I'm honored to be the Master of Ceremonies as we dedicate this sparkling jewel that's shining in the sunshine this morning, the St. Genevieve County Community Center. I think we took a lengthy, diligent, carefully planned road to reach this day. There have been countless numbers of people who attended meeting upon meeting, analyzing and discussing the feasibility of this project. As a matter of fact, it was a group of high school students who back in 1995 developed the first St. Genevieve County Community Center feasibility study. After about a month, the youngsters presented their findings and they were immediately told it was a good idea. We need it. But do you guys have any idea how much a project like that would cost? Why, they were told, you know that NFL team that just moved to St. Louis from Los Angeles? The Rams? There's a better chance they'll win the Super Bowl before you open a building.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, congratulations to the Rams. As we also congratulate the many, many volunteer citizens of St. Genevieve County and those who believed from the beginning, including passing the sales tax amendment in 1997. And you know what? The Rams only beat us to the punch by 13 days. I was proud to be a part of the original steering committee that was formed in 1996 to study this project. And from that genesis to this day, February 12th of 2000, I stand here even prouder to be a citizen of St. Genevieve County and to stare at this magnificent structure and say, we did it. This facility now belongs to all citizens of St. Genevieve County. And I think you all deserve to give yourselves a big round of applause. There are so many, many people to thank. And to begin with, I'd like to introduce a member of the committee, Dave Weber, to introduce some of those folks. Dave?
Okay, so I get the task of thanking everybody that helped in this project, and I'm going to miss some, so I'm going to apologize. First, we want to thank the architects, P.B. Brooker and Associates, Lewis Sahara is on the hand. He's sitting over here. If you'll raise your hand right there. He designed this. We had one main contractor, Brock Miller, with a lot of subcontractors and a lot of local subcontractors. A lot of local people who put their hands forth to build this thing. Bernie Bowman's here, Frank Uding with St. Gen Building Stone, so let's give them a big hand too, please. Along with the board that was appointed by the county commission, there were a lot of volunteers and committee members from the public that gave their hands too, so raise your hands now because this is your big chance to get thanked. Get them up there, Martha. Come on. Give them a big hand too. Three great county commissioners who saw this project through, presiding commissioner Tupi Hook, first commissioner Linda Herman, and second commissioner Mr. Raw. Raise your hand. Without the library, this project would have never gone forth. We have John Mertens with the Ozark Regional Library here. Where are you, John? John has a wonderful board that works with him, and without them it wouldn't have been possible. So we thank the St. Genevieve County Library Board also. Got Alderman of St. Genevieve, Larry Marler, Gump Roth, Gene Jokerst, Jerry Klein, Joan Eidman, Jerry Schwint, Harold Geck, and Kathy Waltz. And they were a big part of this, as it's being part of the big industrial park that's going to get developed here in the future. So thank you. Board members are Alvin Dunsey, Bob Nugent, Ray Meikle, Tish Johnson, Melvin Freelix, Tim Inman, Kathy Kaufman, Steve Apson, myself, and also Mary Ann Doherty, who resigned a little while ago. She was very instrumental in getting this project going, so give us a big hand. Okay, so my last one of the others, and one person that I always remember that was at a lot of the first meetings and that I saw helping this was Art Schwint, who passed away recently. But Art, you're up there looking down, and it looks good, doesn't it? So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. How you doing, Art? Beautiful day. Next, we'd like to have a flag dedication ceremony, and we'll bring forward Mr. Bob Nugent.
I'd like to give a little brief history on how we come about getting this flag. Me and my wife were at a political function, and Rabbit Macklin and his wife was there too. And in passing, I was telling him that I was thinking about donating the flag that Gebhardt had given us to the community center. Well, he come up with the idea that we ought to just get one from Gebhardt, and I thought that was a good idea.
Oh, he's going to be
And
here next
he
week.
went ahead and did all the footwork for this, so I think that he should be the one that it's presented to, and then he can give it to the Boy Scouts. And we had Rabbit there, and if he'd like to come up and say a few words.
Rabbit.
I'd like to just take a moment and introduce Chuck Banks from Congressman Gebhardt's office, and I appreciate the kind words, Bob, but Chuck and Congressman's one did all the work, and if you would, just please come forward. Thank you, Rabbit, Bob, members of the board. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here today to represent Congressman Gebhardt as we open and celebrate the opening of this fantastic center. At this time, I'd like to take a moment and read to you a letter from the Congressman. To the St. Genevieve Community Center Board and the people of St. Genevieve, dear friends, congratulations to you on the opening of the St. Genevieve Community Center. Many years of dedication and hard work have preceded this great day, and all of you must feel a great sense
Tom,
of
get out of
accomplishment.
there.
The dream of a community center and library began with a generous donation of $3 million from the Busson family. The citizens of St. Genevieve then stepped forward and overwhelmingly voted to fund construction by extending a half-cent sales tax. And construction began under the supervision of the board of directors. Civic and governmental groups worked together, and from that day to this, the entire community has rallied to make the dream a reality. This American flag has been flown over the United States Capitol at my request to commemorate this exciting day and all the people of St. Genevieve. I salute all of you, and I know that your children and grandchildren will thank you for creating this legacy for them. Sincerely, Richard A. Gebhardt, House Democratic Leader. Rabbit?
Thank you all. I would like to bring State Representative Pat Nagger to the microphone.
Yeah, boys, put those coats on. You were making all of us very cold in this place. You know, there would give me no greater honor today than to stand before each and every one of you and take some kind of credit for this. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, coming from somebody who doesn't think the state needs to be interfering in local government, want to congratulate all of you. This is truly a day of celebration. Not only are we celebrating the old, but we're celebrating the new. And we are looking at a facility that pays quite a tribute to the rich history of St. Genevieve. But it certainly lays a foundation for a new beginning, for a new millennium, for a greater and brighter future for all who live here and want to come and make St. Genevieve County their home. This is certainly something that gives St. Genevieve a quality of life. For folks who are looking at St. Genevieve at developing or building a business, bringing industry, it's a facility they can look at and say, the people of St. Genevieve and St. Genevieve County know what they're doing, they know what they want, and why shouldn't we build here? Why shouldn't we bring our business and industry here? I want to congratulate the committee. I want to thank the Bussin family, and I want to most of all commend the citizens of St. Genevieve County for having the foresight and knowing what's important and making this all happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat. We'd now like to bring forward the President of the Board of Directors, Mr. Alvin Dunsey.
Yes, certainly welcome all of you here this morning. It's a beautiful day, it's a dedicated, beautiful building. That impressive ceremony with the flag is just another one of the big impressive things that have happened with this community center. Really, we need to thank all of the people who went to those first meetings, who did the phone calling, and got this ball rolling. When the phone calls were made to the older people, they said we wanted something for the young people. You asked the young people, they wanted something for the older people. And then through all of that, we found out that Ozark Regional Library was putting some money aside. They were wanting to have a different place. So through all of these efforts, the marriage came with getting Ozark Regional Library on the facility, and with the Bussin money, promised us if we passed the tax to help us with the operations of it, and the good citizens of St. Genevieve with almost a 74% tax pass, and then the Bussin money fell in place for the operation, and with the great architects that we were able to pick, and the county court appointing a committee of 9 people to oversee it and oversee the operations. They picked some from each township and some at large. There was 9 of us on the committee, and so far there's been 10 because Mary Ann was on at the start and everything, and then she resigned and Tish took her place. So it has been just a tremendous effort of all people working together. I got to give credit to Mr. Lewis Vollmer. The county court recommended that we hire him to oversee this project, and believe me, he overseen it. There wasn't anything that went on in this building that he missed. And even before that, he helped us pick the architect firm and negotiated with them at a reasonable rate. And I'm very happy to say that I got a few figures here that when this building started out, the contract was $6,155,867. And to this day, now other than we did spend some money to level off the field behind, and the flagpole was not in on it, but we are $32,710 over the amount that we started with. Now, if you figure that, that's less than 0.5% in overrides, which is almost unheard of a building this size in the construction industry. So we got to give good credit to the people who designed it and the people that overseen it and made sure it got built without the excess that it didn't need in it and all of the quality that is in it. You can't operate a building like this very economically. It's very expensive to operate, and with our population, we would have had a problem with that. Feasibility study showed us that. But with the buzzing money, and we are not figuring on using any of the basic money, only the parts of the interest off of that money. So with having that to help us with our budget, we're able to have our rates down to where we're less money, we're not cheaper, we're just less money than the other community centers around or any of the other places such as this. And if you sit down and do a little figuring what our membership, the highest one we got, is for a family membership, divide that by 365 days in a year, you can bring your whole family here to enjoy this facility for less than the price of an envelope of French fries from McDonald's. I think that's pretty reasonable. But I do want to thank the board. They worked so good. We didn't always get along. We had the differences, and that's good because that's the way you eliminate problems. And the county court was just so great to work with. Whenever we needed something to improve the quality of the building, we were able to add that. And when we seen something that we just didn't feel that needed to be in there, and we could cut some expense on that, that was taken out. So look here today before you, a beautiful building. It belongs to the citizens of St. Genevieve County, and we're proud of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alvin. We had a cooperative effort, as all of you know, for this project to be reality. And part of that obviously involves an effort between city and county entities. Our county commissioners had a lot to do with making sure that this project got done. First of all, I'd like to present Presiding Commissioner Tupi Hook.
Thank you very much, Frank. I'm not going to take up a lot of time here, and I hate to sound too repetitious, but I'd like to welcome everyone here today for this very special event so many have been waiting for. This has been a very challenging project, many parties coming together to reach common ground and to be able to proceed with land acquisition and construction. I thank everyone for that. I cannot begin to thank everyone for everything they have done for fear of missing someone. I can't begin to thank them for everything they've done to make this facility what it is today. So I'll take a short time to recognize just a few. First of all, Marjorie and Charles Busson, whose wish was to do something great for all St. Genevieve County residents. Number two, Mr. Kent Kerr, representative of the Busson estate, who so generously fulfilled that wish. Number three, all of St. Genevieve County voters who committed to the project by support of the referendum to finance the construction of this complex. Thank you to each and every one who has so graciously devoted time and energy, and to everyone who now and will continue to support your community center. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tupi. And now we'd like to bring County Commissioner Linda Herman to the microphone.
What a beautiful day. Joy. It is a joy to be here. And I want to thank God and thank all the people of St. Genevieve County. Our job was easy. You all voted for it. We had the easy job. To me, this is better than the Super Bowl and Christmas and my birthday all wrapped into one. And I want to thank you all, and thanks to all of St. Genevieve.
Thank you, Linda. Now our third County Commissioner, Jeff Roth.
Thank you. It's an honor to be asked to speak here today. I'm not going to take too much of your time. I too would like to thank Mr. Kerr for the $3 million that he funneled into this little project here from the Busson estate. Mr. Kerr, I have one question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate our center? 11? Is that your final answer? Again, it's just a pleasure to be here today, and I hope you all enjoy the center. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeff. And now we will have a few comments from the mayor of St. Genevieve, Mr. Ralph Bo Beckerman. Mayor?
Good morning. One of you. First, I would like to thank Mr. Kent Kerr, too. I don't know a lot of you realize, but this park that this sits in, without his help and financial help of some $600,000 to purchase this park, this wouldn't have been possible also. So, Mr. Kerr, on behalf of the City of St. Genevieve and the Board of Aldermen, we would like to thank you for that help. You know, Frank talked about winning people, and I'd just like to describe to you how many winners we have here and some of the ingredients of winners and what it takes to be a winner. And this is definitely a win-win situation for St. Genevieve County and St. Genevieve City. Winners, when others say why, winners say why not. High achievers believe in value added. They do more than is expected of them. They risk failure. They are willing to change. They understand there just might be a better way. High achievers work harder and smarter. They take time and they think about improvements. They manage their time better and understand their priorities. They possess positive self-discipline. High achievers sell their ideas to others. They understand no worthwhile effort is ever lost. On behalf of the City of St. Genevieve, I think in behalf of the St. Genevieve IDC as a member of that, in behalf of the County Commissioners, I thank you for letting us be part of this project. Mentioned a number of times already this morning. We wouldn't be here without this gentleman. We're glad to see him. Mr. Kent Kerr.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you this morning. It's a real joy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yeah. It's been a real joy for me to be able to participate in this program. I just wanted to tell you the story of how this fund came into existence, what it's like to have the responsibility to distribute this kind of money, and what my thought process was as I did this, and what's in the future. You know, I represented Charles and Marjorie Busson for a long time. I never thought that anything like this would happen. It was just a nice relationship. When Marjorie, as a widow, got to the point where she started thinking about her estate and her affairs, she had some specific, I'm going to be very specific about the story because I think it's important for you to know, and I hope you can spread the word to other people in the community, because I'd like to keep even though the money is going to run out, I hope it's
been a foundation, and that will generate some other money and some, certainly the energy that has created this. It's not just the money, it's the people, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I think it's important for you to know the story. And she had a few specific bequests that she wanted to make. She had a couple of relatives she gave some money to, and some of her dear friends. And then she had some charities. She named 11 specific charities, and she gave their names to me to put in her will. But she had, though she did not specify in her will how much, she had given me notes from time to time, and they were amounts of small amounts of money, like $5,000, $2,500, maybe $10,000, and of course that did not add up to the total that she had. And I said, Margie, you know, you got more money. Yeah, I know, I'm going to give you some more. And she, from time to time, would have me a note. Finally, she said, well, why don't you just give it away? And I said, well, okay, we got to get something in your will for the time being. But in the meantime, if you have some specific wishes, let me know, and we'll amend your will. Well, ultimately, of course, she died having named 11 specific charities, no specific amounts, to my complete discretion to give away. The only obvious requirement was that it be a tax-exempt qualified charity. And so here I am faced with the problem of giving this money away. Incidentally, I want to also mention that in terms of the money that has been given away, it wasn't that much money. When she died, my recollection, it was like $1.2 million or $1.3 million or $4 or $5, I don't remember. I think $1.2 million or something like that. So after her death, we had the opportunity to build it up by good investments. I was given that opportunity, by the way, because I got sued for undue influence, and during the fact that the case took so long, I had the opportunity to invest it and make more money for the community. But it's tough to give away money. I felt a huge responsibility, and I thought a lot about it. I was approached by obviously a lot of people making requests. And one request I remember was a request from the hospital to build a new hospital wing. And I think that's a very worthy cause. But somehow it just didn't fit. I wanted, first of all, I made a decision that the money was going to come back to the community. Aside from some money I gave to those 11 charities, which were scattered, not based here particularly, one or two, I thought this money ought to come back here. That was not her statement, but I think it was certainly in her wishes, I'm sure. And I said, I want to do something. I don't want to just build a wing of a hospital and then people go and maybe there's a plaque on the wall, but they forget it. It's just something that some institution built. And I wanted to do something that would get the whole community involved. We certainly haven't gotten the whole community involved. Committees and elected officials and everything. And I said, and I also wanted to do something that would benefit the whole community. It was, so I kept looking around. What can I do? What can I do? And then I got word that there was a committee, an informal ad hoc committee of people that just took it upon themselves to meet, and their goal was to build a community center. And if anybody had thought of a group of people sitting together and saying, we're going to build a facility that's going to cost $6 or $7 million, they didn't have a penny, anybody at that time would have thought they were nuts, and I would have thought they were nuts. But somebody said, there's a group there that wants to build a community center, maybe you could help them. And so I met with them. My first reaction was, I don't want to build just a gymnasium for the kids. I think that's worthwhile, but I wanted to help everybody. And then it occurred to me that a facility like this is for everybody. As somebody mentioned earlier, it's for the old people as well as the young people. So it met all the criteria that I had mentally thought about. So that's the process that we went through, and I want you to also understand, and we have so far given away probably about $5 million to this community. We put $3 million into this trust fund to help support the, not only created this fund for the operation and maintenance, and it was a backup for overruns. It helped us get a lower interest rate. And there's a proviso in this provision that once this thing gets underway, the committee can use it for other things. I've given money to the Valley schools. Again, my thought process was there that I know that Marjorie Busson would have liked that. She was a Catholic. I am not. But she was very, very, the Catholic Church was very important to her. She'd given some property to the Valley schools before, and I felt that it was good for the community. I believe in private schools as well as public schools. I thought this is good to the extent that the Valley School is successful. It relieves the taxpayers from supporting the public schools. It also provides competition. I believe in competition. I hope the Valley Schools continues to be very, very successful. And I also gave some money to the city, indirectly to the city. I could not give it directly to the city to buy this facility, and there have been various other amounts. I want you also to know that this is a finite amount of money. It is not an ongoing trust fund. The money that she donated or left to me to give away was the money that basically had come from her side of the family. There is, she said, anything that came from Charles's family, I want to go back to Charles's family, but anything that came either through through her family, the Boviers, or had come into her name financially through Charles was what went into this. There is a small amount left. I'm working with some people here to set up a foundation. We want to use it as a catalyst to attract some other money and to attract people interested in continuing this idea of supporting the community. I want it just not to be some money that's dropped and forgotten. I want it to be a continuing operation. I'd like to see some other people donate some money, donate time. I'd like to see some of the industries here donate some money to match this money and have a continuing interest. There are many other worthwhile projects in St. Genevieve, and we want to get that started. I don't have enough money to do that, but maybe with what I do have, and maybe with a little effort, we can attract some other people continuing to do that down the road. So spread the word. If you have any ideas, let me know. But that's what's in the future. It is a finite amount. I want you to know that. So it won't be here forever. It's in your hands from now on. Pick up the baton and run with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kerr. Is there anyone else who would like to step forward and perhaps say a few words? If you would like to say something right now, you're more than welcome to. The man from the library would like to say something. Mr. John Mertens. John, come on forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with a deep sense of pride that I speak to you at the opening of this beautiful community center and library. I would like to express my gratitude and that of the Board of Trustees of the Ozark Regional Library System to the many people who worked so long and hard to make this complex a reality. I believe that this community center and library will become a focal center for this community, where every age group will come for something. As you enter the building, you feel a sense of the future. The inclusion of technology in this library facility will provide access to a wide world of information and knowledge, and will enable library patrons to keep pace as we move forward into this new century. I know that each of you feels a sense of expectation as we open this new community center and library. St. Genevieve has a long tradition of preserving its buildings for future generations. With kindness and care, this building will serve the needs of your children's children and beyond. Every library, large or small, is a temple of learning, a monument to human achievement and enlightenment. Take pride in your achievement here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mertens. Anyone else who would like to step forward? You know, one thing I was thinking about as I stood to the side here just a couple of minutes ago, we said good morning to Art Schwent a little while ago. I think probably we should say good morning to Mrs. Bussin, don't you? Good morning, Mrs. Bussin, and thank you. It's beautiful. A lady who's really had an awful lot to do with making sure this project stayed on track and went forward. Her name is Tish Johnson. She works with the University Extension, and she has spent countless hours in making this project a reality. Tish?
Good morning. I'm sure your feet are as cold as mine are, so we'll move this along. I do want to mention real quick, if you didn't get the news through the media, we're not going to place the time capsule today. We're going to wait a little bit, a couple of weeks or so, give more people an opportunity to participate. But let's talk about how we're going to do the ribbon cutting. You know, as Frank said in his introduction, this thing is built for everybody, and with so many people involved, hundreds of people, it was almost built by everybody. So we're going to let everybody participate in the ribbon cutting, okay? So let me tell you what we're going to do, and then we'll do it. We're going to send all you people over to this side, okay? Bob's got a big ribbon. It's just a paper ribbon, and we're going to run it around as far as we can and get as many people on that ribbon as possible. And we're actually going to have a ribbon tearing, okay? So let's see if your families, if you can get some kids on there. Let's try to get at least one person from your family and as many people as possible on this ribbon. And then we'll count it down. It took us nearly 5 years to build this thing, so we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you'll tear it. But there's one more thing. I don't want to spend my afternoon picking up little red pieces of paper all over the courtyard. So take your ribbon, put them in your pocket, throw them away, keep them as a memento or whatever. Okay? Can you do that? All right, let's have you people move this way.
I'll just pan around. Good
Free
idea.
of charge to the public. How are we doing? Uh-oh, we had a ribbon cutting. Alan, we need it over here. Mr. Curry, you need to be on this
Okay. Oh, lift. Lift. All right. There we go.
All right, count it down with me, all 5 years. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Thank you all for attending, and St. Genevieve County, enjoy this wonderful facility.
standing up here on the track, filming everybody down below. Linda, wave to the camera. There's our commissioners. Seems to be, or several people seem to be coming up top so they can overlook the water facility near the workout facility. Our director. Do that again. walking track on the other side of the gym as it comes around. See what the new library's like.
Oh, Daddy's lost sooner or later.
Oh, did you write it?
All right.
Oh, these are the new computers. I think they have 10 public access stations for people to utilize.